Namaste. Very, very nice. Very, very welcome, everyone. I just wonder that what we are going to explore today. Topic, although is the same, no? Topic is truth, more precisely truth of who we are. No? But within that, there are many discussions possible or required to support the discovery of ourselves. And I welcome all of you. If you want to discuss something, explore something with me, which you feel may help you. No?
Namaste, beloved.
Namaste ji.
Beloved, today I just feel like exploring, saying hello to you.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to say more, or would you like to explore something specific?
Yeah, beloved, it's, how can I say hello to you? That is where I can totally say hello to you and really connect to you in that
Understood.
moment completely.
Let me share something, and this is my attempt to make it simpler to understand, because this thing has become very, very difficult also in a way to understand now over the period of many years when we do sadhana. Then it becomes so difficult sometimes to really understand or attain that totality or being present also even in satsang like this. So just to try, I'm trying to simplify it if possible, if we can listen and we can benefit right now also. It's like this, that there is a natural stickiness in what has happened in the past. The thoughts and feelings connected to the past, they have a certain stickiness. Meaning there is a tendency somehow in that relation we have with it to to lean towards it, to get involved with it. So it's a default thing. If we can accept that this is default for my mind is to pull me, or for my self to be pulled towards it, then we can remain alert about it. But not alert like specifically that I will do this or I will do that, but more like holding on to some kind of fundamental key. That key is that I will just keep ignoring everything that is happening inside me when I am in satsang right now and talking to you, Rajee. No? I'll just simply ignore everything that is happening inside me. And I'll focus on this talk, this talking to you or listening from, like this. In reality, it will take only this much. But there is a kind of a catch here. The catch is that how much you are interested in talking to me right now. This how much is very important part to be understood. How much you are interested basically is like how much of you is interested in talking to me right now. That much of you is unavailable for being pulled into the thought feelings. You know, it may sound strange, but actually it is true. Like if it is very important for you to talk to me right now, then you are not pullable. You cannot be pulled. You are not distractable. You cannot be distracted right now. It is the same thing about practical life also. We experience it like something very important we are doing, and the house is full of guests and children, and they are disturbing us, and yet somehow we are not disturbed, no? Because of the importance of it. We are just able to keep our focus on it. It takes only this much really. And generally what happens is that even when we are in satsang, like when we are in satsang, rather than learning something clean, clean means like fresh, we kind of tend to improve what we have learned only. Like what we have learned is more in the thoughts and feelings, or in relation to the thoughts and feelings also. And we just keep improving that little bit, which is not a bad thing, which is like fine, but much more is possible in satsang also. No? Like a very fresh, something fresh can be known, can be explored, can be seen, and which is I feel what you are saying. That's why I'm feeling inspired to speak like this. No? So it does not take so much effort for you to ignore thoughts and feelings or anything that is happening inside you. Ignore does not mean remove. Ignore simply means not giving value to. Why? Because I want to give value to this conversation right now. For this simple reason. And the same thing will happen now for rest of the satsang also. When I will be discussing with somebody else, even if let's say that topic is not so interesting for you, but listening in satsang has such a benefit actually, because in satsang, remaining in satsang is very important. Remaining present in satsang, not remaining in satsang, but remaining present in satsang is where we can get the maximum out of satsang. Because what happens is that somehow the power of mind, you can say ego is very, very weak here in satsang. No? It's very less here. So it's much simpler to get out of it. It's much easier to remain in our being here, like this also. Same thing happens for following a spiritual practice also, and some sadhana also. So this is what I felt. What do you feel? Are you able to connect to this? Meaning, would you like to say anything else?
Yes, beloved, this is absolutely accurate to the point. You almost said hello to me totally.
Oh yeah, because if you can say hello to me, or I can say hello to you back, like together, like we are really able to touch the presence of each other in saying hello to each other. That's one of the most powerful satsang for us, for me and you together, like for this combination, no? Because it takes only this much. That either you become present and conscious that I'm present, or you become present and someone else who is also present and conscious can say hello to you. No? This is what is that light. Light means the self-consciousness jumps from one being to another. You know what I mean? And the other being also lights up by the self-consciousness. Oh, it does not require effort. It just requires the right company or right, presence, the right amount of presence. One mysterious thing about presence is that it is good enough to believe that we are a presence in relation to being free from ego or false self. But however, it's not true ultimately. But it is important to understand that how much of ourself is present, that how much is very important. Who is present actually is the one self actually. The one self recognizes that I am the self. No. It is the one self recognizes that I am the self. But this one self has to be present in this form through which it is looking right now, like from you. It has to be present in that form, not everywhere like oneness. It has to be present like presence in one form, in that form in which it is living right now. It is very important. The more it is present, the more there is a possibility that it can become self-aware that I am present. Like this is what is awakening. The self is present and becomes aware that I am present, or I am. Becoming aware that I am. This is what is self-aware, no? And who becomes self-aware? The self becomes self-aware, no? In this form, no? Like this. So it's a very subtle, very simple thing, but it has to be understood. You are the self, by the way, in case you did not notice yet. Because many times in the talk we forget important thing, we miss also sometimes. You are this you who is talking to me is the self. No? But if you try to be the self, you will miss the whole point of this conversation right now. If you try to go deep in yourself, again, you will be doing something else. No, just listen. But listen like whole of yourself listen, not part of yourself listening, Because I'm not trying to make you understand something. I'm trying to help you see something, realize something, no? Which requires you, not your abilities. Which requires you, not your mind and your thoughts or feelings or processes or effort. It's like, throwing some cold water on your face, or hot water, maybe. Not hot water, but warm water, So it's good, no? Remain like this here. Remaining as who we are, even for a few moments, is much more rewarding than many great sadhana, no? Meaning in the direction of peace, joy, truth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Madhavi, you want to talk?
Namaste. It's very nice to be here on Zoom with you.
Same here. Very nice to see you directly. Before I only used to read your message, your question.
My question is regarding the free will that we were talking this morning. Okay, the talk is still going on in my mind that we are free, but we are not free. Like we have a free will in certain time phase, but still we are not free because we have to complete our journey. So I would like to know something more on this, because I feel I am free, but at the same time I feel that no, I am not free. I have bondages. So there is an inner pendulum within me, you can say, where free, not free, something like this. So I would like to know something more on this free will from you.
Okay, let us start like this to simplify it, that the free will depends on the self that we take ourselves to be, right? Meaning the strength of that self that we take ourselves to be is going to decide the strength of our free will, isn't it? If we know ourselves to be the self which is one and universal in nature and which is moving everything everywhere, then for sure we have a free will, no? Because then everything that is happening by our will only, no? And this is what is precisely will of God or not. The God is not in this case, in this conversation, God is not some particular form, but God is that formless truth, the one self, no? Who is living in all the forms, through all the forms, no? But right now, that God is not talking or discussing this question, no? Now that meaning in its true form, in its universal form. Now it is talking in its limited individual form, form of you, form of me. No? So in this form of you, when this question is being asked, do I have free will? It has to come back, or it should come back to who I am, no? Or who I take myself to be right now. No? Like you may feel that I have a free will to run as long as I want to run. No? Like I can run 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer, 30, 40 kilometer. I have a free will. And that may be good enough when you are just thinking about it. No? But when you will actually do it, then you will hit some wall, some limitation here. No? And you will realize that actually I am free to run as much as I want, but my body has limitations. Yes. In the similar way, all other abilities inside us, when tested to their maximum limit, their limitation will become visible to us. And then only there we will realize that actually I am living as a limited self. I am the self, but I am living in a form right now. I am the formless self, but living in a form right now. So in this form, within this form, I am living in relation to other forms or other self in other forms also. And there is a law, there is a system, there is a way, there is a flow of coexistence here that applies and that imposes a certain limitation here. So I don't have a free will like totally free. I have a free will within this system. No? Like we have a free will to eat food. We have a free will to not eat food also. No? But how long? For how long? For how long we will not eat food? We have a possibility of a free will of not drinking water when I'm thirsty. But for how long? No? So this body's need to drink water within that certain period imposes a certain limitation. And that window, that range is our limitation. Within that we can play. No? Beyond that we cannot. So these are just very basic example to kind of open our eyes a little bit. Now let's come to the core of the question, that who we are, first of all. Very simple way, not like a self-inquiry happening right now, but a conversation happening. Who I am. Do I know who I am? No, you should check right now. So, do you know who you are? Do you know why you are also in this form? Like, what is the reason? Like, have you decided yourself in the past that I will be taking form, birth in this form, and I will do these things? Do you know the whole background of it? You don't know. So there are possibilities that you may believe that I have a free will, and maybe you don't. No. What do you say? Would you like to say something about it?
What I understood is that yes, I have a free will, and but there are the free will is within a system. There are external factors that are affecting my free will. But when I want to know myself and I taste that I am, I have this free will to taste this I am. But at the same time, I felt I have a free will to go to my thoughts also. And that is the time that clash happens. and both are merely like for me, both are very attractive. I want to stay as myself, this I am, and at the same time, I want to um, uh, see what my thoughts are. Like living in this life, living in this system, there are some certain responsibilities which I have to carry, and the attraction for I am is also now increasing. Sitting silently.
Can we look at it right now that what do you mean that you have a free will to go to your thoughts of individual life and to yourself? Who are you here? Who has free will? Because without you answering this question, I cannot trust you, your statement that I have free will. No? Meaning your statement cannot be trusted. Generally, what happens is that the way our attention moves towards the individual thoughts and towards ourselves, there is a background, in the background there is a mind which is able to interpret things in certain way that we feel comfortable, happy, or sometime unhappy also. And mostly we don't notice that our mind is interpreting things, not that it is the reality. Without knowing who we are, we cannot really guarantee that what I'm seeing or saying is real. No? About these things. No? So what happens is that it is our so-called free will generally is in the hands of mind only. It moves the attention to the individual thoughts, and when it feels tired, like it's not so interesting today. Like today, the weather is not good, so I will not go out. I will stay in, meaning I will be interested in checking, looking, feeling who I am. But who is deciding this is very important. And the one who is deciding must know who I am also. Without knowing who I am, this one cannot say that this is my will, that I have free will. Please understand this. I am very happy in satsang. I feel so fulfilled in satsang. I feel like everything has become complete in satsang. And then afterward, I lose it. How to get it? This is the same question actually, in a way. You know? If you have free will, apply that outside of satsang also. No? So no, we don't have free will in that way. We have a condition, like conditions apply. No? And conditions, as you know, are always in very small font, like small letters. No? So that's why we don't read that. No? Let us read that also. The star, no star, we should read that. One star, sometime 1 star, 2 star, 3 star also. We should read that. No? So it is our belief that I have a free will. Let us verify it. And it is possible to verify right now, not some tomorrow. Right now we can verify this. And how? Very simple. Sit with me, do nothing else. Prove your mastery. Prove that you are free. First you prove that you are free to not do anything. Then only you can claim that I am free to do something. No? And then only you can say that I have a free will. Free will includes doing something also and not doing something, choosing not to do something also. No? So prove right now that you have a free will. Don't do anything. About what? About nothing. About anything, don't do anything about anything. So Madhvi, check this, test this right now for just few seconds, 5-10 seconds, just 5-10 seconds, you know. I will not speak now, just test. Yeah, you can say now anything.
Uh, you were right. I am not free yet. So if I am not free, then I don't have a free will.
Yes.
I am bound. I see myself as खूटी बोलते हैं ना, जैसे खूटी है.
Yes.
And I find those invisible threads to not one thing but many, many things. Many things, yes.
It's a very powerful discussion and exploration happening right now. I hope every one of us is involved, participating in some way. Because it's a very real thing. You are very raw, like you are very direct, no, Madhvi, about these things. You are not going via, you know, uh, you know, spiritual concept and things like that. You know, like very simple and direct. And one interesting thing about this is that as soon as we realize that I am free now, we don't care about will, that let me apply my will now because I am free now. No, we care about not applying. Like we don't care about doing something now. We are not interested in doing something freely. Rather, we are interested in not doing anything. We choose not to do anything. Because what has been discovered is so beautiful, like more beautiful than anything that has been experienced or that we imagine we can ever experience through effort, through doing, through moving. No? That we choose not to do anything and just remain in this beauty of our own being. Because it's like this, that through our effort, through our sadhana, through our um, imaginary free will of the ego, we were getting like one rupee, 2 rupee, 5 rupees in terms of like just to quantify, and now we have the priceless and gems, diamonds, and everything. Like there's just no comparison. We were like a beggar, and now we are like king and queen. There's no comparison. So we just tend to not go. Now here the problem is not that how to stay in myself. The problem is how to do something now, because you don't want to do something. You just feel I don't want to move now from here at all. I don't want to open my eyes at all. I just want to remain. घूंघट के पट खोल रे तो को पिया मिलेंगे, बाहर के पट बंद कर ले, भीतर के पट खोल तो को पिया मिलेंगे. Kabir says like this, that close your outer eyes and open your inner eyes. You will meet the beloved. And it is true, Madhvi. In our own existence, that beloved, that Lord is going to visit us. And that is such a moment of blessedness which cannot become, cannot be described. Where there is just empty consciousness, and the light of Lord is shining on it, falling on it like the grace of Lord is shining on it. Empty consciousness. Empty consciousness is what is the realization that I am, no? That there is no body, I just am. Like an empty presence, no? That empty presence gets filled by the grace of Lord. When it falls on you, by that light of God. Such a auspicious moment. And this is what is God realization. No? Not that I am realizes what is God. No, God realizes what I am. Through this empty consciousness I am. No? And until then, Madhvi, we have a feeling that I have a free will. If I have a free will, that why I am not able to do everything as I want to? Why life is not in order as it should be, as per my understanding and my preferences? That's the cause of unhappiness, no? Because life is not regarding our preferences. That's what is unhappiness, no? It's a very simple answer that you are putting the wrong password, no? That's why You are not an authenticated user yet. That's why life is not listening to your command, no? Your will, no? Wrong credentials. No? And after 3 times or 5 times, account will be logged also. Be careful. It is under clear. Would you like to explore more, or it's very nice?
Very clear. Thank you. Thank you.
But when you have realized that I'm not free, is it a bad thing? In a way, it is, because it has shattered. It's going to shatter that dream, which lives on the belief that I'm free. It's going to shatter that whole belief, whole life, imagined life, no, of the person, that I'm free. But it is also opening the doors for the real life, no, in which we are realizing who or what I am. I'm like a tree coming from some source. No? I'm something connected to the source. You know. One beautiful thing we were talking, that this sense of I am in its purity is a most beautiful place in this context, where the individual self is also there and supreme self is also here. You know, individual self is the moon, supreme self is the sun. No? Like when the moon and sun both are visible at the same time, it is that moment. I am is that state. Beyond that, beyond this I am, in its purity, in its depth, in the emness, the only sun remains now more and more. Sunlight. Emness is sunlight. Beyond that is pure sun. Not even sunlight, no? Pure self, without even experience of self. No? And Madhvi, there are different degrees of the same thing now. Like like how far we are from the sense of I am. That much we are identified, or identification is with the moon more, without any any thought about what is the source of my light. No? When the moon does not think that what is the source of my light, or it believes that source of my light, I am my light of my source of my own light. Are you source of your own light? Are you source of your own self also? No. I'm not saying that it is a good thing or bad thing. It makes sense to us like this. Otherwise, we are going to sit on a belief that I am my own source. Are you a Swambhu? Swambhu means born out of yourself. Were you born out of yourself? Lord is called Swambhu, no? The one who was born out of itself. No? Are you a Swambhu? Were you born out of yourself? Because if you were born out of yourself, then that self out of which you were born, you must have been that before you were born. No? But was it like this for you? It is not like this really for us. We don't know. We just find ourselves, I was born. And after that, after let's say when 10-year, 15-year age, then we start thinking about life, and we start taking ourselves to be more solid individual self, and in relation to others, what to do, what not to do. No? So, Madhi, this is why it is very important to go back to our roots. Go back not in the sense of living there, but in the sense of enlightening our roots. From where I have come, who I am really. Not from where I have come in the sense of a conceptual thinking, but more a actual inquiry in this moment. Because I am, is it not true? I am living life. I am going forward. But what is my origin? In the origin, the knowledge of the origin lies in our own nature. As we live our own nature, we know our origin also. Thank you. It's very good. Very good talking to you. Thank you. Deepa, you want to talk?
So, yeah, coming back to it, you were talking about the sun and the moon part, right? So, how to stable your moon so that you can actually uh, let the sun be inside you?
How to stay with the moon so that you can be with the sun more. You are saying like
Yes, you can be with the sun because the sun is very powerful. That you know, at times you're not able to take it, right?
true.
So how to stable the moon?
That acclimatization, you are talking about the acclimatization, right? Like, so we get acclimatized. That acclimatization is what is dhyan and satsang. If we feel dhyan and satsang too fiery, uh, I don't know what to say, but actually dhyan, particularly meditation, is that acclimatization process. So when we choose to stay as the being, we are choosing to stay as the moon. And moon has two things. One is the form, and another is the light of it. Light. And as we exclude the form more and more and focus on the light, light means the presence in this case, I am. As we focus on the light more and more, we start finding the source of light also, and we start getting acclimatized to the sun also. Sunlight, mainly sunlight initially, because nobody can survive on the sun in this case also. Like in the pure self, there is nothing else. There is only pure self. There is no individual self who can reach to the pure self. Do you see? So there is no individual self who has ever reached to the pure self. It's something else that happens in the awakening. But your question is very genuine, very useful, I feel. So this is that key. Like, why the sunlight of our own of the truth of the true self looks too much to us, because we have been living in the in a way very dim light of the mind for a long time. Like our body, mind, and energies are accustomed or used to of living in that very dim light. Like that dim light can be described also in another way, like that dim light of being absent in a way, being unconscious also in a way. That's why many paths describe that we should be conscious more and more internally in our daily life activity also, and thinking and everything. No? It is like a preparation of the body mind, so that we can get used to of that fire of sunlight, no? Also.
Yeah, so I have something to report as well. Based on this, I picked up this question. So since last 1 week, my sleep is, jagi hui neend. And for like 3 days, I was not able to sleep at all, kind of sleep. But then fourth day, I had to sleep in the daytime to, make sure that, okay, I'm sleeping. But still, it's still I am awake in my sleep for some reason. So
So
that's how I asked this question.
understood. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So are you saying that you are feeling some kind of discomfort or disturbance because of this?
So maybe I'm sure that I'm not there yet. But something is happening where, I am not able to actually, you know, make space for it in my body. So
Understood.
that's why, I am not able to take full control of it or be aligned with it.
Understood. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense what you're saying, and for that, in the daytime sadhana will be useful. Like for example, for since ever I remember, I always have mentioned specifically with every practice I share with everyone that do it within sunrise and sunset only. Especially don't do it after sunset for this reason. Before sunset, okay, like in 4 o'clock in the morning, from 4 o'clock in the morning is fine. But generally, best is sunrise and sunset between that. So between that time, if we can acclimatize our energies, then we will feel much more relaxed in the night, even if we are not able to sleep, because there is a possibility sometime that when we have discovered something very exciting inside, our being or our individual mind does not want to sleep also. But that time we will be happily resting, joyfully resting, not struggling, you know. So this is a general understanding I found that if we can spend ourselves well in the daytime, we will find ourselves resting in the night for sure, even if we are not sleeping. Our energies of body mind will rest deeply and will be rejuvenated next day. Because sleep is not really uh, something essential for the being that you are. It is the rest that we experience in the sleep which we need, and our body mind also needs. No? Sleep is a more, you can say, natural way of giving us rest. No? And those of us who are waking up, we will find a way beyond nature also, nature's way also, that is resting. No?
It makes sense.
One key I found that can help here when we are feeling disturbed in the night in a way, no, is to not in the night time doing this thing, but learning this key in the daytime. No? That key is to somehow staying without doing anything. That meditation is a very fundamental thing even for this situation. Because then we can apply the same thing here also. That I will remain like on the bed or something, just resting and doing nothing. What normally happens is that our thoughts, which are much more strong at night, are able to pull us or engage us. And they are able to create a circle now of engagement. And that circle of engagement now does not let us sleep. Like somebody said that I'm not able to sleep. So the other guy said that, okay, you can count sheep. Then next day he complained that no, still I could not sleep. The guy said, why you could not sleep? He said, because actually I initially was counting sheep, then I started, adding, subtracting, multiplying, because I'm a mathematician. I love mathematics, no? He said like that. You know what I mean? So not every technique will work on everyone. You have to find your technique. Like some other people also reported that they are not able to sleep. Like they are just enjoying the YouTube and all the social media, and they are just not able to sleep at night. And then they just pull their office work for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and they are so nicely feeling to sleep immediately. They just remember next morning, oh wow, I had a nice sleep. Find your own method. But I'm just joking about these things. But what I mean is that sleep cannot be really disturbed. It is the mind which gets disturbed, and we have to do something about it. Sleep is the need in a way. Resting is the need. And it is fulfilled. Need is always fulfilled by existence, existential flow. Is this clear or not? Because it's a very important thing what you are saying, and I feel we can explore if it is not clear.
It does make sense. I just need to figure it out how to do it, the how part, so that it becomes more clearer. Like, okay, in the daytime, I was traveling today back home, and I was listening to Osho, and I fell asleep. I woke up after just half an hour, and I was so refreshed and relaxed.
Okay,
Yeah.
understand, yeah.
Yes, yes. Like the thing you mentioned about the YouTube part, and then so that I need to just declutter myself.
Yes. It is about the energy which gets stuck inside us and is not able to go out. Like it creates a circle, just moving in the circle and keeping us restless. If we are restless, how we can rest? And if we cannot rest, we cannot sleep. No? It's really as simple as this. No? That's why I said that in the daytime, the more we can spend ourselves, means the more we can spend the energy that we have inside us, the more restful we will feel towards the evening. No? Already. For seekers of truth, it is much more important to spend ourselves, not just sitting and doing nothing all that whole day, no? Which is a very powerful and important step towards self-realization, just sitting and doing nothing. But not whole day. That what about the energy, no? That energy has to be channelized in a way, like spent in a way, no? As we spend this energy, we feel relaxed, no? Relaxed like this.
I also understood one more thing, that maybe it's something related to my sacral chakra, because I'm also facing some stomach challenges. And while listening to Osho, he was telling about the seven chakras, and he mentioned that from the sacral chakra the creative energy is created, and from there itself the fears and sorrows part is also buried inside our body. So do you think the cleansing of it would help, or just channelizing the energy would do the work?
Cleansing also is good. It's just about, um, I don't really share these things in these kind of details. No, generally, I like to stick to fundamentals, the basics, which are general for and useful for everyone. So the basic is that anything which is not working for you inside you, it is working against you. The sooner you get it out of yourself, throw it out of yourself, the better. This is what is cleaning or removing the non-essential. So let us develop a wisdom inside that if some energy is not working for me, is going to work against me, going to create restlessness or some form of sickness. And for that, I have shared the understanding of Prabhata Shuddhi. Prabhat Shuddhi basically is not really throwing our energy out. We cannot throw out our energy. We can only throw that which energy is containing right now. The core of our thoughts will still be there, core of our understanding are still there, everything is there, except that our energy is not empty and pure right now. When we do something systematically to make that energy pure, what I'm calling, Prabhata Shuddhi, then the same energy we get back more pure, more empty, more relaxed. So this is what, if you mean by cleansing this, then yes, it is good. But more basic things, not specifically, like, because in the name of channelizing energy and anything, we go too far in imaginations and misunderstandings, no? And rather than benefiting, we may, harm our state more. So sticking to the basics only. Like a basic thing, like physical body, like your stomach, let's say, normal stomach. Our normal stomach is not clean, let's say. We do something for it. Hey, okay, let's eat some medicine or something to clean the bowel. Okay, so very good. Toxins gone out of my system. In the similar way, toxins of energy also. We can do something to remove the toxins of energy also. But more in a generalized way. Not, oh, this thought are like this, or these feelings are like this, or these things are like this. Not like this. Because that then it's going to be very confusing. Because right now we tend to believe things or jump onto conclusions much faster when we are in the ego state. Because we want to quickly kind of hold on to things to remain who we are here. There's a tendency in the ego to remain who we are while we are trying to go beyond it. So it is searching for supports, and the sense of knowledge is a very powerful support for it. One very basic thing that if you can take to your heart can help you. In the meditation, as you will learn to be still in your being more and more, in the same proportion, you will be able to allow your energies to flow with that velocity, with that speed. The more energy flows, the more healthy it is. Healthy it becomes. No? Like if your, let's say, whole energy flows 10 times in the whole day, then it will be more healthy than when it flows only one time in the whole day, no? Whole of the energy. Like the more times it gets emptied of the old impressions or tastes, the better, no? It's like cleaning your tongue. It's like cleaning your hands, no? Also. So this is that basic, that the more still we become in our being, the more we will allow our energies to flow. The more our energies flow, the more healthier they will be. No? Because flow is life. Flow is what is aliveness in everything. Flow or change or anything like this, if we can understand. Like the more frequently our living cells of the body are replaced, recreated and replaced, the more healthier we will be in the physical body, isn't it? Actually, same applies to every other level of our being also, in the form. No? So flow and stillness, these two things should be understood well. Be that still being who can allow the energies to flow more and more and more. Your own energy. No? Not flow like out of control, but flow within your control, within your wisdom, under your supervision, that they are not doing whatever they want to do, but they are doing what you want to achieve out of that flow. No? Even if we don't have many, let's say, some spiritual practices to do in the daily life, we can do something like a play, no game. Like we can play some games, physical game, for example. It's a very powerful thing to release that energy. No? But somehow, on the path of spirituality, many times we may ignore these important things. That we tend to sit quietly, more necessary also many times. But then this energy which is stuck now is going to create a lot of restlessness. No? And it's going to come somewhere. In the daytime, we are very alert. So we don't let this energy affect us. Now in the night time, it's going to take care. Like it's going to complete its own, like it will try to become free from that restlessness. So it kind of is, these are normal things. I thought that everybody would know these things. That's why I don't mention these kind of things. No? I feel that everybody is aware of these things. These are all basics, simple basics of life. Because what we are discussing here is something much deeper and much subtler, like which just cannot be seen in one sense, and yet we have to see it, the truth of who we are. No? So that's why, I don't bring these kind of discussions here. But I think you got some hint from here. No?
Yes, definitely, definitely, Ji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Manu, you want to talk?
Namaste ji. Ji, I want to report on this exploration of free will with Madhavi. Ji, this free will is like a illusion of double-layered illusion. It is as if this free will and who have this free will, both is coming from some illusion, and actually it's not something different from, it is a part of some wholeness. Please say something about
It's very good, no? That you. So what I got from you out of what you're saying is that one thing is that the free will and the one who has free will are not really two things. It is, it is two parts of the same illusion. No? This is one thing that you said, and ultimately this whole thing is part of one wholeness, whole beingness. No, this is what you are saying. Yes. That's why. Only when we see things in parts inside us that we can remain bound. Whenever we see whole picture of anything that gives us the impression of being bound, we become free, or we find ourselves that I'm free, or that freedom is. The experience that freedom is actually is the experience of the self, of that wholeness, whole one being. No? So Manu, here there are two basic fundamental approaches have been practiced for long time, like I think basically forever. That two approaches are, one is being a witness or just being aware of the whole thing and not being involved with any part of it. No? Like neither being involved with the free will nor being involved with the one whose free will it is. Being separate from both of them and being aware of both of them. No? This is one approach. Another approach is that being total when involved in doing something. Like let's say you are not able to get out of the involvement with the doings, then being total. Being total will include opening up our heart for the holistic acceptance in a way of both the sides, good and bad in a way, or negative, positive, like this. But the moment both sides are visible to us, again we transcend the attachment or imprisonment here. So either either awareness, pure awareness or witnessing, or totality, which are not really two things in one sense. Like as if inside us there is something in a hurry to quickly focus on the free will and not focus on whose free will it is. That's why the question who I am is not attended, doesn't feel attractive to us. To whom doesn't feel attractive? So there is some kind of power inside us which is just trying to not let us be total, not in seeing or exploring even. No? This is where the question, the self-inquiry, who I am, looks so difficult. It is not difficult in itself. This is the most beautiful and joyful thing to do. It is difficult because we are just focusing on one part of it. Who I am? This is my question. I should get an answer. Yeah, you can get an answer. But if you allow your light to include yourself, the questioner also, then only, no? And we are just excluding the questioner from this question. While actually the question is about the questioner only, no? Who I am is a question about the questioner. No? And we very internally, unknowingly, we are excluding the questioner continuously from it. At the moment we allow the questioner to be included in this question, who I am, this is where, Manu, it becomes self-wonder, not self-inquiry. Because it is the same one asking who I am. The one who is asking who I am is the same one, who is asking about itself. Now there are no two anymore. So we immediately discover that I am one being. I am one being. I am not two beings. No. So that division which was experienced by us is not there anymore. We are out of mind, what we call out of mind, into our being. Now when you are inside yourself, when you are the being, one being, not feeling that I am two, if you wonder who I am, if you feel yourself only, if you live only yourself, if you taste only yourself, does it really matter? It doesn't. All those things matter only in the mind level, where we are dividing continuously, that shall I feel myself or shall I taste myself, shall I see myself or shall I be aware of myself. All those things are to exclude other things and do something else. Here there is just one thing to do, or there is nothing else to do in fact, in a way. One very powerful thing about mind, Manu, about mind is its ability to doubt, to create doubt. No, it's a very powerful thing, and a seeker of truth can use it to its own advantage, or can be uh, distracted or disturbed by it also, if we don't understand this. No? Let's say you have come to the feeling that I am, no? After inquiring that who I am, and doubt comes. Am I really living as the self right now? The doubt comes. What this doubt will do? This doubt is only going to work like a mirror. It's just a mirror. It is not really saying that look in this mirror, no? If we are so well settled in the sense that I am, and we are feeling so happy and joyful, we are not looking for any explanations or any support from anywhere to verify whether it is right or wrong. No? So then this mirror of doubt that whether I am myself or not, this thought is not going to do anything to us, no? Because we will not look into it. Because we are too busy, too complete within ourselves to attend a mirror to see whether I am complete or incomplete. No? But now, another scene where we already have a doubt, like we are not really settled in ourselves. We feel that I know I am myself, and because I have come here many times, but is it the right way of being myself, or is it the right self to be in? And then now the thought comes. It will suddenly become so real, like, yeah, that's what I thought. I think I'm not in the right self. I have to find the true self somewhere else. Although you were the right true self that time. Do you see? So the doubt cannot destroy the undividedness of the being. The being who is living in the undividedness doesn't feel even attracted towards the doubt at all. Like, what is there? It is for those who are seeking, who are feeling incomplete in some way, that doubt feel, oh, it can give me something. But you can use it for your advantage. No? But to refine, we can use the mind or the doubt to refine what we want. We can refine our longing through doubt also. Because there is a part of mind mixed with the longing of the heart also. And we can use the mind to remove that part from the longing. So that our longing can become pure longing of our heart and being. So this is possible, but we need to be careful. In one sense, you can say that doubt is trying to remove any seeds, destroy any seeds which are not well rooted in the soil of being. Any seeds which are well rooted in the soil of being, the same doubt supports it, nourishes it also. It's an amazing thing to see this. There is nothing against us really, except our own dividedness. No? Except our confusion in a way. Sanshay, not clear that I want to go this side or that side. So I think it's good, thank you.
Yes, Ji. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Zoe ji, you want to talk?
Namaste, Ji.
Namaste.
Ji, thank you so much that you're sharing the bright sunlight. I feel so strongly from inside. I have no question, but just like to listening from you, everything.
I feel you are more acclimatized in a way, or used to of like happy in a way, welcoming this light of our own being. No? Joy, our being is not two beings actually, fundamentally. They are appearing as two souls, but they are not really two souls. Like in the depth of the Supreme Being, there is only one. No? Like the Lord knows itself as one only, not as many, no? But when we are living ourselves, then we know ourselves as many. Like I am a being, you are a being, no? Like this. And this is where satsang can help from outside in a way, like to get acclimatized, to remain in that vibration, that gentle warmth of truth, while we are discovering from inside the same truth, same sunlight. So it's good. Thank you. Say anything else?
Gina, it's like whatever you say something, and then I feel exactly that from inside. When you just like say that there is one supreme soul inside, then I feel so strongly at that moment also. So strong.
I feel it's nice then, because I'm not just talking, we are living that also, no, when we are talking. So it's very good that you can live this truth also. No? Because when we are talking, we are saying that there, ultimately there is only one being. It actually is one being, and it is possible to experience this truth right now also. No, when this statement is being shared. No. So I feel you are very present and available in a way, sensitive in a way towards it, open for it. That let me see, is it true in me? You know, like this. It's very nice. I feel. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chi.
Because I'm not saying that you should believe anything that I'm saying. I'm saying that allow it to be in your being, in your heart, and there is a possibility that you can taste the truth of it also, in your being, in your own way, not in my way, because that will not serve the purpose. It will serve the purpose only when you experience it in your being, in your way, so that it becomes your knowledge. No? That's the purpose. So that's very good. And if also it does not resonate in you, that no, it's not true for me, feel free to talk to me about the opposite truth, opposite of any truth, opposite of it, and let's explore that. Because truth is only one, no? Even if it feels like we are separate, too separate from each other, still the truth is same.
Sometimes I feel inside I don't really have much to discuss, because sometimes I feel that just only stay at the being. Actually, there is no question, no problem why I need to find anything that from the mind like could take up many things out. Because I feel right now at this moment just perfect, just right now with you. So
I feel this is then something very beautiful happening to you, no? Is it happening often, time like this?
yes.
Then I feel very, very good. Because we think that thoughts are very powerful, inside us, and they are our imprisonment. No, they are not. Our interest in them is our imprisonment. And as soon as we start getting something deeper, something which has its own evidence of beauty and truthfulness and blissfulness and joyfulness inside, then we lose interest in the thoughts, no? Like internally somehow we know that they can give me anything but this. They cannot give me this. My thoughts cannot give me this. We internally know this very simply, no? That's why freedom is a very simple thing. Freedom is tasting the truth and knowing that nothing is better than this. Then losing interest in everything else or every other way or every other type of truth. No, it's a very simple thing. Like some great being said, I used to hear, no? So I used to watch one remember that being said that your mind is like your protection system, like a security mechanism. As soon as you discover the beauty, truth, and the wisdom of your heart. And once it opens up and it can take care of your life, of the body, then your mind surrenders to the heart with folded hands. He said like this. It is true. There is no struggle in this. It is not your mind, it is not our mind which has to be convinced that this is truth. No, it is we who has, the thinker of our thoughts, who has to be clear that this is truth. By tasting it, not by thinking about it. Because in the thinking, a very far away taste of this truth comes, no? In directly experiencing, it's like into the ocean, into the pool of your being, no? Like where everywhere the being is, under you, above you, left, right, everywhere. On your tongue, the taste, the warmth, that coolness, everything. So everything in so many ways tells us that, what it is. Nobody ever is required to verify from outside that whether this is truth or not, no? Because in truth, doubts don't enter. We were talking the other day that if we feel that whether this is truth or not, how can I be sure? I think we can be sure. No? It cannot be truth. Because when we are in truth, we don't attend, like we are away, we are beyond the range of thoughts and doubts. No? And also we are supremely blissful, by the way. Somebody who is beyond the range of thoughts and also supremely blissful. What chances are there that you will come out of yourself into the mind level to attend thoughts, or you will look at them? What chances? No chances. Why we are attending any thoughts? Have we thought about it? Because of some restlessness inside us. We are as if seeking something, as if something is not complete. No? And when you have come to your being, and you are experiencing that completion which unknowingly you were searching for. Once we discover that contentment, completion within ourselves, then we know that this is what I was searching for also. Our search ends actually here, as soon as we meet ourselves. And if our search has not ended, we have not met ourselves really, I feel like saying like this. I don't mean life ends. Living of life continues in one way or the other. No? But the seeking completely ends. Because you have come to that treasure, countless treasure, infinite treasure of the being. Where even after 10, 20, 30, 40 years, you just feel that I have just started exploring the mystery and the excitement is more than ever, not less. No? I feel joy is very good, no? Or is it just me feeling like this? Or maybe out of my joy I exaggerated or something. Is it like this, or is it true for you also?
Very much true, Ji.
So then it's very good. Because truth itself is really very simple. Truth is like water. Our own being is like water. The biggest challenge in this direction is that we don't know what we are thirsty of until we drink the water of our own being. Then we feel, oh, I was thirsty for this. Like something matches so well that you feel like I have never experienced such completion ever. This is what in Zen they say, when the shoe fits. In Zen they say, when the shoe fits. Like you are searching for shoe, like many shoes, you also were talking that, like, even if we can buy off-the-shelf shoes, they fit, but they don't really completely fit, no? So there are some company, you said that in Hong Kong, that who can make a shoe for you, Like they will take the exact shape and everything of you, and like, all that detailing of your foot and soul and everything. This is that feeling inside it. Like it could not be better match than this, It feels like this. And the only way to survive this, only way to jump out of this beingness into the sense of individual self again, is to just jump out of it in some way, like just get out of it, back to normal personhood. But the problem here is that it is so joyful that you would not be able to go out of it so easily. It will take so much sadhana and effort to get out of it now. It takes so much sadhana to get into it, and so much sadhana to get out of it now, if you want to. Why would you want to, by the way? So it's not like, oh my God, it is so difficult to stay as myself. No, it's not at all difficult. It is difficult to get out of myself, not stay as myself. No. Maybe you have not really understood what it is. Maybe we have not tasted it well in our consciousness, like consciously we have not understood it, what it is, tasted it, what it is. Life is never going to become complete because it's a flow. That completion which we are seeking for in life, we will never find that. Nobody has ever found that. Because life can never be complete or incomplete also, by the way. It is a flow. The completion or incompletion doesn't apply to it. And we are searching for completion in life, no? Like a closure, okay, closure of my relation with something, activity or something. It's never going to happen. But we are complete. Who we are is already complete. Once we taste the completion of who we are, we don't mind the incompletion of life now. And it doesn't look like incompletion also, by the way. It is just how it is. Nothing is complete or incomplete that is happening in time. It's just moving in a circle. No? Whenever we are looking at it from a certain perspective, we see what is covered in that field of view. If we see the whole of it, it is neither complete nor incomplete. Everything is in a process. Do you see what I'm saying? But you, who you are, is not in a process. I only am. I'm not in a process. Have you started tasting this, Joy, also?
Yes, very much, G, and it's so tasty.
So this is that stillness of our own being. This is that center of our own being, around which our individual life is flowing. And it's a beautiful dance if we have discovered this. If we have not, then it's a struggle sometimes. Ah, Uh, I feel it makes sense for me to speak about it, because it's such a beautiful, most beautiful thing for me. Um, uh, JOC team has got a message from Hilde. that beloved, I am here with Muji Baba. He asked me to send you his love. No? I feel it is for all of us. No? Let us receive beloved Guruji's love. No? Thank you, beloved Guruji. Is it me only that feeling very, very happy, or is it, all of us are also feeling happy? No? I pray that my Guruji, live a very healthy and long life, so that he can continue sharing his truth, his wisdom, his light with all of us like this, and many more, everyone also in this world. Uma, you share something, no? Sometime, like गुरु समान दाता नहीं, याचक शिष्य समान, तीन लोक की संपदा, so मुझे दीनी दान, no? Something like this, no? Like there is no giver like the Guru, and there is no receiver or beggar like the disciple, no? That my Guru has given me, the treasures of all the three worlds in a moment. No? It's like this. Very, very nice. Thank you. Uma, you want to say something?
Pranam ji.
हाँ.
Yes, ji. For myself, I can say this. This is true. What you shared. That this Hindi poetry. गुरु समान दाता नहीं, न याचक शिष्य समान, तीन लोक की संपदा, सो गुरु दीनी दान. You gave me this completeness.
As I always say, this is the prasad of my Guru that is shared, in satsangs. And he has directly given this prasad today, to all of us. I'm feeling very, very blessed. I feel we all are very blessed right now. Very, very nice. Thank you. Devdas, you wrote, Beloved Rajiji, I also going to meet Guruji if it is possible. That's why from now on I will follow the satsang through the YouTube channel. Thank God for you, Beloved Rajiji. God bless you fully and continuously. Namaste. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Yeah, Mila.
Namaste. Gee, it felt so beautiful and so much love in this sharing, in this and I would love you to say more about this love, because it's something else which I'm experiencing, like love to someone. And it would be so beautiful if you can say more about this love, because it is something very, very beautiful, I feel.
I think it's a very difficult thing that you are asking me to speak about, no? It can be felt, I can melt in this love for my Guru. But how can I talk about it? What to, like, how can I say anything about it? Meaning, who will say about it now? You know? Because there is such a magnetism here, such a pull, to dissolve. Mila, this is that moment where I feel I cannot talk and you are saying that, can you say something?
This is my turn. You always do like this, so now it's my turn.
I think Guruji only said that the Lord will teach you as your Guru first, then He will teach you as your disciples, your students also. He said like this, so I think he was right. Meaning he was right in this way also. When you are asking me like this, you are challenging me. I take this challenge. I feel this love has three things in it, in general. One is the truth that that self is one, being is one. No? So the love of my Guru for me is love of the self for the self. That is the core of it. No? Another thing which is more valuable for me really than the fundamental truth is the individual soul that I am must have done something very good in my past life that my Guru feels, blessing or, to share his love and blessing to me, And the love of my Guru is pure fire, by the way. It's not like, okay, enjoy the nectar. No, it's pure fire. But I am not making the mistake of holding that fire anymore. I have surrendered, everything to at the feet of my Guru and Lord. No? That you have given this fire, you are going to give me the strength to hold it also. No? Like this. So I remain like a child now, more like free, like no responsibility. No? So in one sense, I'm fully enjoying this love now because I have nothing else to do. Like no other work is there on my shoulder anymore. No? Is this fine? Like I think this is all I could say.
Yes, Ji, thank you very much. Thank you for this sharing. Ji, and I also pray my Guruji will be very, very healthy and will be able to continue
Yeah,
to teach
I
us.
feel, yeah. Thank you. I feel it is natural for the disciple to feel like this. No? Yeah. But this love is unknown thing, Mila. After talking about it, it doesn't mean that we have described it. No, it cannot be described. And there was one poetry like this, no, which I always like to say for moments like this, that मेरी जिंदगी के मालिक मेरे दिल पे हाथ रखना, तेरे मिलने की खुशी में कहीं दम निकल ना जाए. No? O Lord of my life, put your hand on my heart, because I may die out of joy of meeting with you. Hold me, please. No? Like this. I will continue like this. I will not talk anything else really, unless if anybody else want to say anything, no? Or discuss anything. Because nothing else is important for me than this. Meaning more important than this. Yeah, you can say again. Yeah.
Gee, this is like out of this topic question. I feel this live meetings are very, very useful, and I feel the connection very much through this live meetings. But some of my friends like to watch recordings of some teachers which is sharing the truth. And I feel they are also powerful, but not same as a live meeting with a real teacher. Can you say something on this, please?
Yeah, it could be sometime that mm, a certain style of teaching matches with them more than even a live teacher. No, maybe this could be one reason. No? Like something matches well with them with the other teacher who's recording. They are listening, even if it is not live. No, it is possible. For example, also I have myself been on the path, and I found that kind of a preparedness or thirst for truth differently in different times. Also, I noticed. No? Like. Like when we go out, let's say also for holiday or somewhere, no, in a mountain or somewhere, then sometimes we are happy to watch it on YouTube, and sometimes we are happy to to see some videos of a friend who has been gone there in the mountain nicely. So we have more correlation with it, and we feel more that we have lived it, we have gone ourselves. Or sometimes we can attend also live, like some friend has gone there and they are connecting live with us. Hey, see, this is that mountain where I am. And sometimes we feel so strong that we want to go ourselves. So I feel these are the different kind of things sometimes that when we are really ready, more for tasting truth, then a live meeting will be more useful or attractive for us also than a recording. No? So I cannot really comment about it in general. Or I cannot really comment about it, basically. It is everybody's call inside, no? Because generally everyone is doing well, actually, within their state, no? If they would find it useful to join a live meeting, why they would not do that, no? And if they don't feel it is useful for them, even if they force themselves, will it be useful? Not really, no? So, do you feel that it answers what you were asking?
Yes, thank you.
I feel everybody is doing so perfectly well within our present state, no? Ultimately, it is the being of life trying to resolve something as a seeker of truth. It's not really that there is a seeker of truth, independent and separate from the oneself. No, it's not like this. No. So thank you, Mila. Deva, you want to say something?
Rajee, I Namaste, Rajee. This this moment when this beautiful sharing of the relationship between a master and a disciple is being shared, I feel there is one moment that stays in my heart, and I often wonder regarding a Urdu poetry that you once said in one of the satsang. and I could not get the feeling of it. So I felt I can ask it now. So it says Pritam tumham ek hai jo kehen sunan mein do. And I oftentimes sit and wonder about it, what it really is. So can you please share?
Yeah. It basically means that, oh beloved, we are one. Me and you are one. Oh beloved, me and you are one. But we appear to be two in when we talk about it. No? Meaning in the talks we appear to be two. No? So that's what it means. In the mind we appear to be two. No? When we approach it, when we look at it from the mind, we appear to be two. I being separate, you being separate. Oh my beloved, it's like this. When I feel myself to be a separate self, I am not separate only from my body. I am separate from everything else also. This one line draws line everywhere, no? So it is the self taking itself to be a particular form, and then from that state, when looking out, then it will see the self in the other form as separate from it, no? But when that is resolved, when the self in a form has discovered that I am neither the form nor that self which I thought I am, no? The self has become free from the self, not from the form, no? Into its original true state of one being, no? Then now from here, Diva, this is what happens. That, oh beloved, we are actually one. Me and you are one. Oh Pritam, hum tum ek hai, jo kehan sunan mein do. Meaning, we try our best to become two through activity, through discussion, through looking, talking to each other, and somehow we remain two only in the talk. As soon as we stop talking, as soon as we stop doing anything, the oneness of me and you is revealed without effort. No, this is the thing. So this is one way of looking at it. No? I hope it's fine.
Rajee, one thing that I feel, so then how is it that a master and a disciple, there is always the sense of a master and a disciple, and that always feels as if they are two. Like how? Because sometimes I also try to understand this from one of the meditations which Osho does, and he's like, about the Buddha walking behind you, in front of you, then it is you. So that it is you are the Buddha. So I feel that that is something what the poetry is also trying to say. I'm not sure though whether that's what it is. So I was, if you, is that what it is, Rajee? That
basically yes.
That oneness of.
But not the way we think normally. No? See, the very simple thing about knowing the truth is that from where we are knowing is all that is important. not what we are knowing. And generally what we are knowing remains important for us. That this topic, that we are one, oh beloved, me and you are one, this topic looks truth in itself. No. This topic is an expression, came from somewhere, from some being who was experiencing truth. No? Truth is experienced not dependent on the topic that we are discussing or living, but from the place. It is dependent on the place from where we are living it. Me and you are talking right now. No? It's not that kind of great activity, no? It's a very ordinary activity, no? But if we are in the right place right now, we can experience that great thing here also through this simple activity also. Me being on this chair of this body, like present in this body, you present in that body, is a very powerful thing. And we can know this truth by living it right now also. Freedom basically is not really freedom for the self. Freedom is freedom from the self, from the individual self. No? But how the individual self can become free from itself? No? This is the challenging part of awakening. That's where the satsang will come in picture. No? Where we kind of learn to sit quietly and not do anything about bondage. At some point, suddenly we find ourselves to be free. We discover that I'm free. No? I'm free means I'm not that what I thought I am. So myself and being could be not sometimes used alternatively, but also maybe not the same thing. Being is not my being. Being just is. And it is that being who is talking as Rajee and who is talking as Deva right now. And it can be much more simply experienced right now if we relax a little bit. Not trying to come to some conclusion or see some truth, but just relax. Very present, like not absent, not engaged in anything, just doing what we are doing. And this truth is revealed actually immediately. This truth is so loud actually. It's so difficult to not know it actually. We must be very busy. Generally we are very busy. That's why we are not able to see this truth. This truth is the actual tea, like it's a default thing. This truth is not hiding anywhere. It is all the time revealed truth. It's like this. But this truth cannot be described like non-dual. No. No, duality also is part of it. The experience of duality. So we are two and one at the same time. This is the thing. We are not just one only. We are not just two only. No? It is like this, Deva, that we live as two. We live as separate beings from each other until we discover the depth of our own being, where we find that I'm kind of too separate from others, but I'm also not so separate also. And somehow our separation from others becomes much more rich and beautiful now than challenging and troublesome. No? Before it is like a trouble, everybody else is like a trouble. No? But then somehow it becomes a beautiful part of this joyful life that we live. No? So it is not really something that we can discuss so much, but more something that we can live together. And like this, no. So I think we are good. Thank you.
Rajee, what I have, as you were speaking, um, I could even sense it, but like a thought came that is it that we are so habituated to live as in the world of duality that we keep losing this every time, and like you emphasize that it's a good idea to sit in meditation more often, and so I was enjoying it so much that I could have just dissolved this feeling of duality, like completely, and just merge. Like I think this is where the prayer comes from, is that merge me with you and rid me of ego, I think.
I understand that.
So
Yeah,
that was my feeling in my heart, that yeah.
I can understand this. Yeah, because I can correlate with this what you are saying. One thing that I feel like sharing with you can be eye opener. I feel. No? Let us try to understand what is individual self. Okay. More simple, more fundamental outlook towards it. Okay. So there is self, one self. Okay. There is just self, one self, and there is energy of body, mind, and everything, and doing. No, its work. No? None of it is actually individual self yet. Where is individual self now? Individual self is the mind. Individual mind is the individual self. That's why whenever we are out of individual mind, we are not able to feel ourselves as the individual self. Or we are able to feel ourselves as the self, that we are the being, which is one, not two. Then we come back to the individual self mind again. And a innocent question I have here is, who comes back? In what way it comes back? And in what way it forgets? So who comes back? Basically is the one self comes back in the individual mind. What way? It focuses on the mind again. Like it gets identified with the mind again. Then from within the mind, it remembers that I had a very beautiful experience of the one self. And it tries to translate it into the individual self language also. Tries to digest there. No? What is awakening? The amount of consciousness of the self reducing in the individual mind and more being withdrawn back to the true self. And that is felt to the individual mind as if the true self is being revealed. Initially, oh, I'm knowing, I'm having the glimpses of the true self. Not really. It is just a process, it's just a transition period. At some point, there will be very little consciousness of the self in the individual mind, as much as to remain connected to it or give support or life to it. Then the self in this particular form will be just happily knowing I am the self all the time. No? While at the individual mind will still be there, individual mind taking care of the individual life and body and everything. It will not really have any sense of self now, like a reality. It's more like a reference only, you know. Like it is a reference for practical region. Like there is a clarity here now. Because of the revelation of the self, the light of the self also reaches to the mind, individual mind, and a correction happens here that references of myself in the mind are only practical. They are not actual. Actual is myself, who lives all the time here. So we can maybe look at this, what you are saying, in this way also. What is just sitting and doing nothing? It is like letting the consciousness of the self drain out of the individual mind without by doing nothing. So by doing nothing is the method being used to drain the attention or the consciousness of the self out of the individual mind into itself. So there will be many regions to engage with the thoughts. Thought means individual mind. Feelings. Feeling means individual mind, no? Here, like this. And there will be one solid region that I don't want to attend anything now, right now. That will be that I want to taste my being, I want to know the truth of who I am. And in the guiding also, together also, we get some support. And then we will enjoy the truth of who we are, beyond the mind, beyond the individual mind. No? And then we will be pulled back into the mind also, again. And then we will feel like, oh my God, I have lost that beauty. How to go back? No? Understanding, clarity will help here. At the individual mind level, clarity is magic. Clarity means stable, some stable understandings. That is clarity. No? Some stable understanding which survive, which serve the higher purpose of being free. No? They help more than anything else. Who I am, this question, who I am. Who asked this question? The mind, individual mind? No. It is the one who is identified with the individual mind, asked the question, who I am. And somehow for this time, it gets unhooked or unidentified from with that individual mind and just able to turn towards itself and knows who I am. No? So that the questioning is able to break the hypnosis, break the identification. No? It's like this. So thank you. I think it's very good. Thank you. Anna, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
I'm still bathing in this blessing that we have received.
Me too.
So I just wanted to prolong it a little bit, if it's possible. And you said that that you are not that you gave up the holding of this fire, or help, because all I yearn for and all I want is to hold it, or to just stay within as long as possible. So it's some kind of a dualistic yearning. And yes.
It is actually, yeah. The truth or the presence of Lord or light of Lord is the same thing for me here. That is the sun or sunlight. And when we say that I want to taste truth, I want to taste the light of God, we are saying that I want to hold the sun in my hands. Possible. The experience of it is possible. Not that whole of the sun we can hold, but we can have an experience of it for a moment. But not without prayer, not without grace. What is prayer? Prayer is like calling for grace. Hey, Lord, I know I cannot even hold a small piece of fire, what to say of the sun that you are. I cannot even hold the small, fire of I am. This is small sense of existence. What to say of you, who is the, pure light of being. So I know I cannot handle it. But I have a very strong longing in my heart that I want to taste you. Even if it is the cost is that it is the end of myself. Will I get this blessing? Like this is a prayer that is asked, and this prayer actually works. It's a strange thing, but it is a magical thing. It kind of adjusts something inside us. That beloved who is the pure fire like a sun becomes so cool for you without losing that power and beauty of it. And it is revealed in your heart, in your hands that, So not without prayer. It is possible, but only with prayer. Prayer is calling for grace, no? And in the prayer, the more we use the word you, the better. The less we use the word I and my, the better. No? Not that, can you fulfill my desire? Not so good. But can you fulfill your desire for me? I am ready. No? So this is the thing, I feel. All I have to do is that I have to become more and more empty. The more I become empty, it is my declaration. No? It is declaration of the individual self that I am ready to be empty of the individual stuff, desires, thoughts, feelings, life. Meaning I am ready to be full of you, oh my Lord. No? So the prayer and my effort to become more and more empty, is all that is necessary. As we were talking that yesterday also, that the Lord never delays even for 1 second. Not even for 1 second, I feel it is true. So it is like a initially in the spiritual effort sadhana, it's like a slow process of thinning away of who we think we are, and revelation of what we think, what truth is. And at some point we become mature enough to see that what I think I am, what I feel I am, is not truth. What I am knowing beyond it is the truth, and I want to be that truth now. So that is where that effort or certainty is not so much there anymore. The longing becomes stronger, whereas that certainty of the direction is not so much there anymore. That longing, strong longing, becomes the way, gives direction, or gives way to the prayer. Just everyone can check also, because praying itself is a very powerful mirror. Like if you pray that, oh Lord, I am ready for you, you can remove me completely. For sure, there are chances that some doubt may come inside us. Some fear may come inside us. And what we will do with that is a declaration that how much we are ready or not. You know, let's say it together, okay? And see what happens. I will say for myself only, and any one of you feel like saying anything else inside you, also totally fine, no? Or you feel like joining me also. Beloved, I know in a way without clearly knowing that you are. What I'm calling my existence actually is your existence. It just my sense of myness was imposed on it, that it looked like myself. It is yourself actually. And if you feel there is any confusion, misunderstanding left inside me, remove it. I do not have any sense of myness or attachment to any sense of myness now. I have no interest or attachment to anything other than the truth that you are. So let there be no space in my being, in my body, in my mind, in my life for anything else but you and the truth that you are, the light that you are. I do not want to save my life from you now. Rather, I want to let my life be in you now. To remain in your light, in your being all the time now. Like, let me never be separate from you now. Even for 1 second. Let me never taste any sense of separation from you now. Because that is the illusion. Because that is sleep. Let me always remain in the light of your being, where everything is one and only you alone exist. You are myself, you are my truth. I am not somebody who can attain you. I am an illusion happening in you. Let this illusion be removed now, within your will, as you feel. Let your will be fulfilled always. Never my will be fulfilled. Always thy will be fulfilled for me. Because only that is going to bring happiness, joy, freedom in my life more and more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Anna, this sharing, this calling, this prayer is a very challenging thing if you do it wholeheartedly. I see that you are doing it wholeheartedly. It's a very challenging thing. The remaining sense of I, remaining sense of ego, remaining sense of doership will surface now here. That no, wait. I still feel that I can do something. I still feel that I want to do something. This is not enough surrender in one sense. But if this is not surrender, then I wonder what is surrender. Thank you. I think it's very good. I hope all of you are clear that I am not asking you to believe anything that I share. Don't believe anything. If there is a need to believe, I would prefer to you to do sadhana, no? Sadhana. Then do sadhana. But beyond sadhana is this prayer. No? Beyond sadhana is this prayer. No? where I cannot do anything, and I know now you can. No, this is that call, that is a declaration that I am done with doing it myself. I am ready now for you to do it. It's like this. But it comes out of a great understanding inside being. It's not going to bring suffocation. It is going to bring supreme joy in the being, a sense of expansion, a sense of expansion, not a contraction. If it brings contraction, then this is not being done after maturity of the being. Then it is done maybe prematurely, maybe. No? Then this will also work like sadhana. Prayer also works like sadhana, no? But I will call it sadhana then. I will not call it prayer. So very, very nice. And the more you can be pure in your prayer, the better. Pure means original. Like if you're not clear about anything like merging, drop falling in the ocean or anything, don't use those words. God wants to hear you speak in your way, not in the learned way. Just speak that I don't know really these things. All I know is that I feel some kind of perfection, some kind of oneness, some kind of beauty in my being. And I feel that is you. And I just don't want to go out of it now. That's all I want. And God will ask you, can I take your toys and your cookies and your candies? You will say, can we do half and half, like, Then God say, okay. God is our parent also, no? So we will say, okay, half and half is fine. Then at some point, we will again pray, and God say, how about your toys, cookies, and candies? Then you will say, you can take all. And this is the beauty of my Lord, that He will give you back everything. No, enjoy everything, but now without being separate from me. Separation is the only cause of unhappiness, suffering. Life is not. Life experience is not causing suffering. It is not causing bliss also, by the way, but it is not causing suffering also. Life experience is causing only happiness and happiness, no? Pain, pleasure. No? Like this. I feel it is very beautiful. Thank you, Anna, that you invited me here. Thank you. Still we have some time, or I have a feeling, if somebody wants to talk to me, something else, it's fine. Because after all, we are serving truth here, or trying to explore truth, trying to know truth, trying to become clear about it. Yeah. Mila, you are saying that please share a song of your heart. And Ojas, you wrote, Dear Rajee, thank you so much for this satsang. It is helping me realign with the essential. I feel the prayer comes more wholeheartedly in moments of despair and suffering. Ah. It is true. It is true that when we are more disturbed in a way, broken in a way, as ego, as a separate self, that time our internal, wholeness start functioning. From there, the prayer comes. Yes, it's true. It's true. But if we somehow can gain clarity at the level of individual mind where we are not so disturbed that time if we can gain clarity about the importance of prayer, no, it will be such a blessing. Not forced, but understood well. Not forced, but embraced. You know, and not embracing before also, not embracing too early also. Like taking time, it's okay. Thank you. So Mila, I don't know what to share as the song of the heart. Because at a certain point, all the concept, all the words, all the thoughts become, in a way, they lose their meaning in a way. No, where we are right now, all of us together, no? Where we are right now, they lose their meaning in a way. Because that truth that is being lived here is so clearly being experienced by us. What I can share with you is what we were living yesterday also, no? The samsar, the word, is not a actual thing somewhere. It is the experience of reality when we have got separated from the Lord. No? The far away we are in separation with the Lord, the more real the word is. No? Samsara is. No? The closer we are going back into the womb of the Lord, the more somehow the word becomes unreal in a way, or it is something different. When we are in the heart, in the oneness with the Lord, and we look at the word, it's not really some kind of thing. It is like one thing. It's just one thing moving, doing, happening. It's not like many people, it's not like many selves. It is like one being. No? Mila, freedom is not a attainment somewhere against something called bondage. No? Freedom is in seeing clearly that life is free. The being of life is already free. And always free. And from there, relative understanding of freedom also takes place now, Mila. That yes, I am free, always, as the being, but I am not free when I am doing my activity of practical life as individual, no? Yeah? Because there I have a time, there I have a schedule, there I have a target or like a timeline and deadline and everything. But I am free to attend it and I am free to not attend it also. It is true. No? I am not bound to attend the individual life all the time. Many times essential activity, fine. Connected to practical life is fine, but I am not bound to attend it all the time. This freedom is also revealed inside us. So we remain free for some time without attending the individual life now. No? And slowly the individual life will start becoming more and more realistic now. Because essentially individual life is centered to our body, no? In a way, body, form, and like this. It will start becoming more realistic now, no? The beauty of life and the multi-dimensionality of life, the manifested life, will attract us more and more now. And we will find ourselves withdrawing ourselves from the imagination about it more and more. Like we will find ourselves withdrawing ourselves from mind also more and more. Like we will not like to add anything to what we are perceiving now. We would like to perceive it as purely as we can. No? So these are the things which happen naturally when we start coming to the truth of who we are. So it's good. I hope it's fine. Thank you. In the end, I just want to share one thing with you, Mila, that it is the being of life, the one self, who has kind of imprisoned itself into a form and into a sense of individual self, and it is going to feel discomfort until it comes back to its natural state. But that discomfort is not a problem for the self, that the true self. It is the source of motivation, source of doing, momentum also, movement. Whenever life becomes a problem for us, let us question who I am first. So you are the true self all the time. How can I live as the true self? No? Live who you are right now. But the body, mind and individuality is still there, no? Yeah, live that also as it is. Live everything as it is. This is the way to live the true self that you are, no? We are rejecting some truth, or we are projecting some truth. Our projection on truth, no? Don't project. This is the way, no? The ego self cannot survive in truth. Truth cannot be seen or experienced from ego self. Is it not a very simple, direct message? Face the truth of body, of thought, of feeling, of yourself. So attaining complete freedom is most simple. But attaining relative freedom obviously is difficult based on what we are asking for. So thank you very good. Very nice to meet all of you today. For me particularly, it is a very blessed day that I got blessing of Guruji also. So thank you everyone for joining today.